Bueno, este dispensador de comida automático, que le voy a hacer un vídeo así por encima, ¿vale? Lo que es el cable para la carga, la cuchara para poder, si queremos rellenar, usarla para rellenar los compartimentos de comida, ¿vale? No viene el cargador y un manual de configuración, el manual de configuración en una parte que viene en castellano. ¿Vale? Para fijarlo al acuario tenemos las presillas estas para cogerlo con lo que es la urna, o se las podemos quitar arrastrando, y tenemos las 4 ventosas por si tenemos una tapa arriba y sobresale, y dejando esta parte que es la que dispensa la comida encima del agua, pues estaría bien. Después tenemos la configuración, ¿vale? Lo encendemos. Y quizás no se vea tan bien, o se ve, sí que es verdad que tienes que ponerte encima de lo que es la pantalla para verlo claramente, pero bueno, se ve bien, se ve bastante bien. Después tenemos para dispensar la comida manualmente, que se abre el compartimento y da un giro. A ver si lo vemos bien de aquí. Vale, ya se cierra. Estupendo. Después tenemos lo que es la configuración, que sería manteniendo pulsando el botón central. Pasaríamos de hora a minuto y de cuando queremos la siguiente toma. Así me da tiempo ponerlo el vídeo que salga a las 13:11. ¿Vale? Y ahora lo siguiente sería pues la cantidad de vueltas, digamos, de compartimentos que queremos en esa dosis de esa hora. Vamos a poner por ejemplo 3, ¿vale? Venga. Cada vez que le da una vez salta una parte. Vale. Lo tendríamos ya. Dentro de un minuto va a ser lo que son 3 tomas. También se puede configurar dando a estos dos botones a la vez el intervalo de día. Por ejemplo, un día. Uy, mira, ya ha empezado. Bueno, lo he puesto intervalo de un día, que significa que la toma, digamos, la va a hacer 3 veces, le va a echar 3 unidades de compartimento, 3 veces, va a dar 3 giros, 2 y 3. Por intervalo de un día, digamos que lo va a hacer hoy, pero mañana no, va a saltar un día. Sería, por ejemplo, hoy es domingo, pues pasaría al martes. El lunes no la daría, pasaría al martes. Si esto lo ponemos 2 días, pues saltaría 2 días. Si ponemos 3, así hasta 4. Y poco más. Espero que haya ayudado y haber aclarado alguna duda que hayáis tenido, por si decidí pillar el producto. Venga, un saludo.
Hey, how's it going, guys? So I just wanted to document a pretty major design flaw when it comes to this feeder here. So we'll start things off here with the original cable here that came in the box. It's plugged into a standard USB-A power brick, you know, anything you can find. So we'll just plug this in here one-handed. So as you can see, that's charging fine. That's to be expected. But I got a Anchor Type-C charging brick, Type-C, with an Anchor Type-C to Type-C cable. So let's plug this into it here. And it's not charging. Interesting. So you might think, oh, well, maybe my Anchor charging brick here is broken. Well, I got my AirPods here. Let's plug this in here. Yeah, and that's charging fine. So, something's not right here. Well, here's where things get interesting. So, let's take this cable out, and I got a Type A to Type C adapter here. So, let's just plug this into that. Alright. So now I have essentially turned this cable into the original charging cable that came with this feeder. So let's plug this into the power brick here and plug this into the feeder, and you'll see, hey, it's actually charging now. So what exactly is happening here? Well, I wasted ink and paper to show you guys. So what seems to have happened is, I'm gonna guess that this feeder was originally wired for USB micro B, and so it seems the only pins that the Type C port are wired to are these data pins and obviously the voltage pins. But the mistake that whoever designed this feeder has done is that they have forgotten to put a resistor on these CC pins, which, as you can see, is for USB power delivery, which is what Type C depends on. So basically, when I plug in this Type C cable into this power brick, because it's not seeing anything on these CC pins, it just doesn't charge. But when I plug it into this USB A power brick, because the only thing that requires is just voltage and data, then it works. So, yep, unfortunately, this is not Type C compliant. I'm going to return this because that's just confusing. So, you know, I guess consider this a warning or something to the designers of this. Get this fixed, please. This is just going to confuse the hell out of people.
I wanted to do a review on the Papettly fish feeder. I got it. I charged it up with the cord that it came with. I set the time, and I set the times for the feedings, and I tested it out. So at these times, it does rotate one block in order to shoot food out from the next compartment in line. So that function works. The timer does work. And I also tested the manual feed button. And the little door will open underneath. And it'll go to the next compartment where the food is. There it comes. And the food will drop out. And then the little door closes up for the next time. So it's not overly slow, no, sorry, not overly fast, so the food does have time to fall out. And it came with a hook to go on the side of your tank to clip on. I'm using it with the suction cups, or trying to use it with the suction cups, with the little chute that the food comes out of facing down. Unfortunately, my betta fish is very, very particular, and he will only eat if I feed him one pellet at a time. He's a little diva. So I got to try to train him on associating both me feeding him and this machine feeding him. So I'm assuming when he gets hungry next time, I'm going to try him again, and hopefully then he'll come up to the surface when he hears the food drop on the water and when he hears the vibration. But right now he's a little diva, and he's so used to me being here and feeding him every day. But I wouldn't go anywhere until I'm sure that he will eat from it. I don't have any issues with trusting this working. It's just this one I don't trust. Yeah, he's a good little fish, but he's so used to being coddled and taken care of that I guess I'm afraid to leave him relying on just this to drop his food in, because he might not realize that there's food up there, and they'll probably just end up sinking and going to waste. But anyways, yeah, if you're looking into buying one, I highly recommend it. There's no issue at all.
So the feeder comes in a decent little box. That's the feeder itself. It comes with a clip, if you want to clip it to your tank, or suckers to put on a glass lid. It comes with a little feeding spoon and a USB cable. I got this because when I went away, I left the glass lid off the tank on a feeder that clipped on the edge, and 3 of my fish jumped out, so I didn't want that again. So I got this one. The way it works is you put the food in. You've got 14 really user compartments. That one you're not to put food in. So the way it works, if you push manual here, you'll hear it's kind of whirring, and then this hatch, you see it opening up? Food all falls out of that, and then it rotates around. So you'll see the sides going around, pushes all the food into the hole, and then shuts again. Flake, there's a risk it gets stuck. I didn't find it too problematic. I'm going to put a mix in there. Because of the compartments you're going for 2 weeks, you really want to put 1 set of food in each. You can go off 3 times a day and as many rotations as you want. If you think that's not enough food, you can set it to go 2 rotations, but obviously then that would only last 1 week. Or you have it twice a day, that would be 1 week, or once a day for 2 weeks. It's very easy to use. It comes with a very clear instruction book. It's very easy to clean. You just take that off and then wipe the inside. I've used it for a couple of months, going away on about 2 weeks at a time. It's never let me down. Fish have been fed. I'll show you. You can look at the picture and see how my aquarium works. It just sits on the top, goes through the finger hole where you lift the lid off the tank, so the fish can't jump out, and feeds them on its way. I think it's a really excellent little device. Saved me losing fish and works really well, and I've tried and tested it. Recommended.
It's got a vise and or 4 suction cups, and they all work really well. So I'm really impressed with this.
No hables en 30 segundos, ¿vale?
Vaya.